Hi there, it's Timothy Dolan. He's still in Kurdistan, northern Iraq, and finishing up our term here at the American University in Kurdistan, and beginning to count the days until I fly out and return to my home in Ashland, Oregon, where I'll be kind of reassessing things. I'm coming to a point, of course, the end of the term is always transitional. And in this case, it's sort of augmented by a growing sense of boredom. And while I recall very sage advice from a New Age store proprietor in Tyler, Texas, of all places, commenting that there's no boring places, there are only boring people, I am nonetheless finding it somewhat hard to make connections, and that's also a natural thing. I mean, among the locals, I'm sort of dropped in out of the sky, and there are, of course, the natural language issues and simply differences of experience, and we totally get that. Students are friendly, but they're friendly in a calculating way, in that their graciousness can also be sort of subtle bribes for a better grade. This is not unheard of in this part of the world, and perhaps it's just a human trait. So, you have a professional distance between students, particularly at the undergraduate level, which is what I'm confined to teach here. And then there's the colleagues. And the colleagues, again, are nice people. It's a mix. Some odd lots, but you always have that in a academic setting, and even more so overseas and in what I think are commonly regarded as marginal areas. You can get some riffraff for sure, although those could be very interesting people as well. I think what I'm really struggling with now is that I did have an office mate who I got friendly with and felt some connection with. I think we held very similar views professionally and an overall view of the world. I think we got each other's humor, and that's all very, very good stuff. So I felt some closeness to the point to where she had been here much longer than I have, and hence had a few more connections, a little more engaged, and so she was good about inviting me to both her home for dinner, with other people, and getting out and about and making connections, even to the point of where to go for a haircut. So, all good, all very helpful, some real bon ami feelings. She did invite me to Egypt. She was taking some time off. She had been invited to Egypt, invited me to tag along, and I thought, great, again, things are rather boring here, why not just take a little break for a few days? So I did make my reservation, made 2 hotel reservations, one in Cairo and one in Alexandria, which was really my true destination. I wanted to check out Alexandria because despite having lived in Egypt for a year, I never got actually up there. So this is my chance. And it's always good to have a shared experience with somebody. So I was very much looking for that. Well, after I made the reservation, the day after I made my reservations, or 2 days, I get a text from the office mate, and she informed me that the Egypt trip was off. She had a family emergency to attend to. Well, disappointed, but what can you do? These things happen, and you roll with it. So I canceled my flight, and I canceled the hotel reservations. The charge on the flight cancellation was $125, which I had to eat. And one of the hotel reservations I also had to eat, the one in Alexandria. It was about a $55 reservation. So all told, about $180 just kind of flew away. That's not a big deal. The money is really not the issue, because it turned out subsequently, when the office mate didn't show up again during the final exam period, I found out from a colleague who wandered in looking for her final exam forms. He was going to be proctoring her final exams, and it turned out she did in fact went to Cairo. And what she told me was, for lack of a better word, and without the benefit of her explanation, a lie. So disappointment, went from a lowercase d to a capitalized D, and maybe bold-faced, because she was the closest person I had here. So as I said, I will be packing things up. I got basically 2 weeks to hang out. I wish I had more to do here. People are kind of going their own way. The students are going to be out. And there's really literally nothing for me to do. I'm contemplating taking another trip, but the university has its rules about taking time off, blah, blah, blah. And I am kind of stuck. I really am. So that's the state of things right now. I'm feeling as down as I've ever felt, being 11 time zones away from my home, and beginning to truly miss that. And again, having now to reevaluate what the heck I'm doing. I like my work. The institution has its quirks, but things are getting better. I'm seeing signs of improvement. I've been told of very heartening signs of improvement. So I would say things are getting better on that side of things, but emotionally, I'm kind of dealing with this being let down. I'm not used to having things like this happen. Her reasons are her own. I don't know her mind. I just know how I feel. And it is what it is. And so it goes. Timothy Dolan signing off.